Good morning, crafty friends, and thank you for joining me for kind of an impromptu Let's Get Crafty live. My name is Alicia, but as always, you can call me Crafty Owl. Hello to everybody who is already over in the chat. I am so glad you're here. If you will let us know where you're watching from as you join, and if you're watching it on replay, let us know where you watched from down in that comment section, and make sure to include the hashtag replay. A special welcome to all of my channel members. Thank you so much for your support and thank you for being here. If you are a channel member and you might have 2 different YouTube accounts or more, you'll want to make sure that you are logged in with your channel member account, because here in just a couple minutes, you're going to have an opportunity to help decide what's going to happen during today's live stream. So I'll give you a couple minutes to do that. And I see more people still saying hello. Oh yes, let's see. Polly reminded us about the stamp of approval. Yes. If you enjoyed today's stream or my channel, if you'll click on that thumbs up button below this video, maybe share it with a crafty friend, that is always appreciated. I did want to point out one of our comments. I know that we had Kelly is in Florida and said it's calm where she's at. Thankfully, no damage. Yes, to any of you who are in the path of that storm or who have been affected by it, I hope that you, your family, your loved ones are safe in the storm. As I get into crafting today, I do always like to remind you that if you have a question for me that I need to answer, please type question in all caps in front of it, because when I can stop to look over at the chat once we get started, that is going to help make it stand out to me so I can answer those. Now, if they are just general crafty questions, there are so many people over there, who can answer those as well. But if it's something you specifically want to know from me or something I am working on, then definitely do that. If you know how to highlight my name, you can also do that as well. And that highlights it in red for me so I can see it very easily. I love that you're all over there saying good morning. So today, let's go. No, I'm not ready to overhead yet. Like I said, it's kind of an impromptu thing. Sometimes I get like these ideas in my head and then I have to design stuff. And I designed a cut file the other day that made kind of a fun background. So I thought that I would come on today and share some cards using it. And good news, if you are a channel member, not only at about, I think 10:30, it's going to go live on the membership tab. You're going to have access to that background file, as well as some fun font, like sentiment files I created. I'm in love with my sentiment files. If you want to know more about joining membership and supporting my channel, there is a link to join below this video, or you can check out the description box. Clicking on that does not mean you're going to join or you're going to get signed up for anything, but you will see the different levels and the different perks. Let's go overhead now. Some things I want to remind you about. Last weekend, I got together with some crafty friends and used Biddy Penny's, one of her brand new paper pads, to create some September sheet load cards. And so here they are in front of me. Some of them are being sent off to winners, and members also have access to a special printable that I used on my cards that day. Earlier this week, I did a little sheet load rewind and made a single sheet load. I'm not sure, except when I'm testing my sketches out before they are ever public, I am not sure I have made a sheet load single in years. So that was kind of fun. Quick video. This weekend, if you are not busy Sunday morning, I'm going to be going live for Oh So Inspired Live. And my sister was going to join me, but she can't right now. Excuse me. But I had a couple crafty friends step up to the plate. So you're going to want to join Tracy, who is not afraid of color, and Yvette of the Yvette Olea Creates channel, and I for some live crafty fun. All of these things that I talked about, these videos, they are linked down in the description box below underneath related videos. But let's go ahead now. As part of my card today, I love them. I will be using the color cubes, and I need your help to help me decide which colors I'm going to be using. So let me get this set up because it wasn't working earlier. It was acting up. But if you are a channel member, we're going to cross our fingers and hope this works. Type in hashtag member over in the chat box. I'll give you like a minute to do that. And then what I'll do is I'm going to pick one of my members to choose the third color combination, because I already have 2 picked out. So that's kind of exciting. I have a special one. Shout out to Danny here in the chat. She's going to like it when I show it. But then I picked one that I just saw that I liked. And then Danny has provided me with one. And then one of my members will get to pick a number. And then everybody who is here watching live will get to vote on which one I actually use. Once you have put in your hashtag member, if you haven't yet given it a thumbs up, please thumbs up this video. Helps it get out to more people. And let me make sure my little giveaway tool, oh good, it is working. Yay, it wasn't working earlier. I wasn't seeing any of your comments, but it is working now. Cordelia, if you're coming in late or I guess distracted, real quick, type in hashtag member. I'll give you like 20 more seconds. Oh wait, you already did it. Never mind. I see that you typed it anyway. All right, the time is up. So let's go ahead. I think I can pick a member and it should show up in the chat. Ooh, let's see. Fresh and renewed with Teresa. Teresa, could you give me a number between 1 and 500, please? Oh, here, Cordelia. I like this. Cordelia added hashtag member just because everyone else was. I gotcha. Thanks, Cordelia. I'm going to move this stuff off my desktop so we can look at the other color cube cards. Okay. Oh, Teresa, lucky number 7. All right. So, oh, wait, I don't want to show you these quite yet. So number 7 will be in box number 1. If you don't know about color cubes, Nightbot will be sharing a link to color cubes over in the chat. And I also have some links below, but they are just cards with pictures on them that have some coordinating colors that go nicely together. So let's look for number 7. Oh, Teresa. Oh my goodness. For some reason, 7 was sitting behind number 9. I thought it was not a lucky number. I thought I wasn't going to be able to find it, but I did. Yay. All right. So here is the card that Teresa chose. So I'll show you the other 2 options. So the first one is the one that I just picked out as I was scrolling through my digital copy. I liked the picture and the colors. And then the second one was created by my friend Danny, who is over in the chat as at Danny's Dreams. So she's had a lot of fun with Canva lately, and she the other day was creating color palettes, and I told her what I was going to do today and that it had a retro feel to it. So she created a special color palette option. Tie-dye goes perfectly with that. So I'm going to set up a poll here in just a minute. When you go to vote, this is, wait, let's put them here. Let's put them like this. That's easier. This is going to be A, B, or C. Which color palette would you like to see me use? Let me get a poll started. And then you'll have a couple minutes to get your vote in. Speaking of which, if you ever come into my lives late, you will want to watch it on 2 times speed to catch up, or jump to the end so you're live with us, because when I do things like polls or when I do the giveaways, it is timed, so you don't have, you won't be able to be behind, but you can always go back later and watch the replay. And here, in case you're interested, Nightbot has shared link to color cubes. I do have both boxes and all the digital goodies, but you can get 1 box or just the digital. Good morning to other people who have joined since I have got to say my hellos. And let's see. Oh my goodness, you guys, I did not start the timer. So I'm going to start the 1-minute timer now, since we have had some time to vote. Get your votes in over in the live chat poll. Just a heads up as well, to chat, I believe I have it set to subscribers only. So if you are here watching and you want to come into the chat, but you're not yet subscribed, I hope you will do that. That way, just because I don't have a moderator or a Mr. Producer, that just kind of keeps out people who might want to be goofy in the chat. Because Nightbot, well, Danny does have a moderating wrench, but I don't ever want to like make her do work work that doesn't have to be done. And Nightbot cannot moderate like that. So get your votes in. I did go ahead and pre-choose colors for these two just to make it easier today. So if C wins, I will have to go through my color picking process. All right, there was a timer. Let's go ahead and end that poll and see what won. All right. So with 40% of the vote, it is going to be card A. So thanks again, Danny, for making my card, this other one. I really did love it. And I was going to be happy to work with either one or with Teresa's here that's new. But let's go ahead. I'm going to bring in. So like, I think this is the one I chose for this. Yes. So last night I went through and picked out some colors, and I have Blueberry, Lollipop, Plum Punch, and Dill Pickle from Tailored Expressions, in case you want to play along or use these same colors. And now I'm going to try to show you the files that I have created. So here's a look at what the SVG will look like. I do have it brought into my Silhouette Studio. So, you know, it'll just be an SVG file you can download later on the membership tab. But what I've also done for today, let me see if I can get to my Silhouette tab. So we have an A2 of 5x7, a mini slimline, and a slimline version of the background. So whichever size that you want to play around with. And over here are the sentiments that I have designed, and you can also download. We have words and then a shadow. Now you'll see later that these words aren't perfect for, you know me, I like when a die has all of the letters together. These don't, some of them are in chunks, but they're easy to put together. And later I have a little hack for you to help you out. And what I've done here is I knew that I wanted to make 4 cards today. So I set up my 12x12 mat to have 4 of those backgrounds. And in each of the quarters, so in each 6x6, I have one of those backgrounds, and we will cut those out. Yeah, now I have to try to figure out how to do this, and I think I can do that. So let me bring in my mat, which if you have a Silhouette, I highly recommend these Nightcappa mats from, I get them on Amazon. Very, very economical, and they work well. So I'm just going to put one color of cardstock in each of these sections. And then down here, okay, so let me see if, so I cut my cardstocks just to conserve a little bit. I didn't cut them to quite 6x6. I cut them to 6x5.5. So when I go to put the bottom layer on my mat, I need to make sure that the top of it is at 6 and not right up against these, because then it might not work out. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. And now I'm going to cross my fingers that this will cut the first time. But first, I'm going to go put this in to my Silhouette over on the side, which I don't have a camera on. All right. I did kind of play with it yesterday, so I'm hoping that it will cut correctly for me the first time. And yeah, let's go ahead and we'll send it. Maybe. All right. I think I'm going to have to restart my Silhouette software because it's not seeing my silhouette. Sorry, guys. All right. We will, oops. All right. So I'll bring back in this card and I am going to see if I can get that restarted and connected. While I'm waiting for that, do I have any questions? Remember, if you have a question, put it in question all in caps in front of it so I can see it. I can stop here for a second. Barbara has a capital Q, so I'm going to guess she has a question. Let's see what it says. Oh, I can't find it. Barbara says, where did N come from? Barbara, could you let me know what you want to know where it came from? And then I will try to help you out. If you'll just put that question back in there. Thank you. All right. Let's cross our fingers here. I'm not going to show you my screen yet in case it acts up. I hope that I get to do a craft with you today. There we go. It looks like it's going to work now. It's got to reset my... Anyway, you know, if you have a silhouette, you know you kind of just have to play with the settings. So that is working now. And sorry if that is really loud and annoying because it's going to be going for a while over there. Barbara. So Barbara, Danny, if Danny can help you out there. She created that. So Danny, if you haven't seen Barbara's question, she'd like to know how or what you did that on. And Danny says, I created in a program called Canva. Thank you, Danny. Danny's a fan of Canva. Oh, I showed you the cards that I made with Biddy Penny's papers. But if you were here on Saturday, I don't know if you got to see my earrings. They're little envelopes with hearts on them. But anyway, those are available at her store, biddypenny.com. If you want to get some of your own love letter, I think they were called earrings. All right, so now we just, oh, you know what? While we're waiting on that, I'm going to show you the sentiment. So I did go ahead and prepare 3 of the 4 last night. So we have thank you, and I used vellum for the backers. Thank you. Hello, friend, and hi. I wanted these to be nice and big and bold since I just have that background and the sentiment. Cordelia says her boss's birthday is coming up in October, and she got her the dumpster fire earrings. Yeah, I think those sold out pretty quickly. Oh, Jana, hopefully she'll get more back in because I think she said they sold out. But yeah, she has lots of fun stuff that's not necessarily paper crafting. But I wanted to show you how to do one so you can kind of see how easy they are. And I also have a hack for you. But like, okay, so on this high, this is the most difficult one because each piece is separate. But really, if you just try to get a nice even border, it goes pretty well. On this thank you, the T, H, and Y are one piece. And then the ank and oo are another. So, you know, you just kind of get them in there with a nice even border. But I thought of something when I was working on this, and I kept the negative. I kept the negative, and what I'm going to do is take the vellum shadow. So this will kind of only work if you're using vellum. I'm going to flip both of these backward. And I need to put these on something lighter. But through the vellum, you can see where the opening is. So if you want to get it more exact, you could do this. I'm going to use some Scotch removable tape to hold it in place, but you could use washi tape, just something with light tack. I'm going to hold that down. You just don't want it to rip apart like your vellum or something later. And then flip it back over. Now, when I go to place my pieces, I can just fit them in there like a puzzle, and then they should go exactly where they need to be. Except that inside wants to move around. But we're going to try this, okay, guys? Glad you like my idea, Shay. Hopefully it works. The inside, this stuff of the H is kind of moving around. You know what I'm going to do? We don't really need that. We need the outline. I'm just going to tear that off. Then we don't even have to mess with it. So I'm going to put glue on the back here. Oh, and I just noticed that Nightbot is sharing the have a question for one of us. It is still set up for when I have guests. So you can just ignore that. If you have a question for me, then you can type question in all caps in front of it. And now what I'm going to do is just fit that right in there. Don't put so much glue that it like seeps out, because then it will stick to your negative part. Welcome, welcome to others who have joined us. Don't forget, if you're a member, you're going to have access to these files I'm using today, and they should be posting on the membership tab at 10:30, I think. I'm not 100%. Oh, I need to tear that too. So just remember that if you're going to do this trick, tear off any of those insides that you really don't need, because they do move around. And now I'm going to go ahead and just peel away the vellum from the cardstock. And look, guys, look at that. That worked out nicely, saving my pieces of removable tape. And we'll let this sit underneath a block for just a little bit to dry. Yeah, I'm so glad that worked. I didn't try it yesterday. For these other ones, I just eyeballed them and added them. So you see, you can definitely just do that. You don't have to use this trick, but that was super helpful. I'm going to go over now and get my sheet off of the silhouette and cross your fingers. Maybe throw a cross fingers over in the chat that it worked out, because yeah, that takes a while. All right. We only had one casualty. So the little corner down here, it must have fallen out after it got cut, and then it got kind of tangled up in the rollers and the blades. But you know, I don't know. I'm cutting these down later, so maybe we'll cut some of that off. But I think for now it's going to work. Cinnamon to the side. Let me know if you have an electronic cutting machine, like a Silhouette, a Scan and Cut, a Cricut, anything else. Let us know over there in the chat. And where's my next pieces? I had to get a drink of water. If you're trying to get your water in with me, go ahead and take a little water break. And okay, so another thing I got ready, this is just typing paper, printer paper, you know, just thin stuff that I cut to 5.5 by 4.25. And I am going to build my backgrounds onto this. Now, the reason I didn't use cardstock is just later I'm going to die cut this. So the thinner the back can be, I think the better. But what I'm going to do now, I suggest when you're starting this that you start with, oh no, I might have to, yeah, I'm always worried that it's not going to cut correctly. Look, the one down at the bottom cut too much. This, it's pretty much cut. I just have to kind of help it out. That's the one thing that I prefer this Brother Scan and cut over. It like automatically detects like the pressure you need and your blade setting for your paper. So you get less of this, but I would suggest starting with the 1, 2, 3, the fourth piece, because this one, it has your bottom corner to line up and it also touches the top. So this is going to be a great first one to place. And you could definitely put like a full sheet of sticky on this, but I'm going to use liquid glue so I have some wiggle time to adjust it, because sometimes with the, if you cover it with sticky, there is no grace. Once you put it down, it is there. So put this in the corner. I want to line this one up. You know, nothing's perfect, but I want to line this one up as close as possible. Then what I'm going to do, I wonder, you know what, I I did like 2 of these as a test. I just used 2 different pattern papers, which I'll show you later. So it was easy to just go between the 2, but now I have to kind of try to get a I did not think about planning this out, how I'm going to get all these done. Like if I should go ahead and start them all. I think I'm just going to do one at a time. So now that I have my pink on there, I'm going to go, oh, you know what? I am going to take the frames off all these just so that is done. Oh, did Cordelia give us an update? Cordelia said electricity went off this morning about 7:30 until 9. Need to pump the basement because the water's up to the bottom of the water heater. Oh, okay. I'm glad it wasn't worse, Cordelia. I hope that you can get that all cleaned out, all taken care of. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the first one, so the blue one. And this is the order we'll go in. It'll go blue, pink, purple, green, just until all are filled up. So I'm going to go back to here and take the third one, so the one right next to the one that I just placed, and get that added. And when I go to add this, I want to kind of line up the flat edge on the left, but most importantly, I want to get it snug right up against the pink one. Now you can see it's probably not going to be perfect, but remember, we're going to cut this down a little bit later. Looks like Kelly, I hope you can get a nap in today and that it doesn't get worse for you. And now we have the blue, so we would come down here to the green for the next one. You know what? That's going to confuse me. We're just going to go to the purple one here. So I think I'll go forward instead of backward. And now this is going to be a pretty repetitive process. I will try to look up again if you have any questions, type question in all caps, and I will try to answer those as I do this. I was hoping to get through 4 cards, but if it takes too long, we can just try to finish a couple. But, you know, once the backgrounds are done, the sentiments are all ready, the cards will go together pretty quickly. I do see that lots of you have electronic cutters. How often do you use them? Is it something that just kind of sits there, you have it, or are you a big fan of it? Do you get it out often? Let us know. Danny says it's like a puzzle. It is definitely like a puzzle. So I guess if you like watching people put puzzles together, this is going to be a live for you. And now after the green, we'll go back up to the blue. I could see cutting out a lot of these and, like, you know, watching your favorite program or something and putting them together. Danny says she goes in spells with her scan and cut. Some weeks it's used a ton, other weeks it sits there. I hear you. I hear you too on that. I like to mainly use my scan and cut when I'm cutting myself some stencils because it works great on stencil material, or if I'm cutting out stamped images. That's actually, oh my goodness, I about put that in the wrong spot. Okay, this to go to pink, sorry. Yeah, I usually use it for stamped images, which I haven't bought many lately or received many that didn't come with dies, so I haven't had to get it out as much. Over the weekend, I did use it. Biddy Penny has some pages in her paper pad that have little cut apart images, and I used it for that. Helga says this is similar to the TE rainbow die. Yes, that is definitely a puzzle too. Jana uses hers often. Great. Christina uses her maker occasionally. Oh, you got a little joy. Awesome. The little cricket joy. That's cute too. Jana uses hers for stencil. Oh, your laser for stencil. I have not tried that. I do have a laser cutter, but I haven't tried it with stencil. Awesome. Chris loves to use a Cricut for die cutting, especially simple designs. Yes. Yes, yes. And Christina would really like a brother scan and cut. I am glad that I saved up for it. Kim used it here and there for stamped images. Awesome, guys. So now after the pink, we're going to go back to purple. Well, no, we need to go here first. Sorry. This is definitely like a puzzle. I'm wondering if I should have picked out all the pieces for each card first and then put them together instead of thinking on the fly. But here we are, guys. Here we are. And I am having to kind of put these down and slide them. Just, you'll notice down here, I have a little bit of white peeking through. So I've been a lot more careful placing the rest of the pieces, making sure they're just smack up against the other piece that has been placed. And here we have our little purple piece that got a little mangled. All right, guys. So there is one. So that just makes a fun background. And then I tried to pick a font that I thought looked a little groovy to go with it. This is actually kind of reminding me of a lava lamp now. Let me know if you have any lava lamps. I do have one. It's not plugged in. Actually, I should get out my lava lamp and put it behind me right now that I have my different background. Sorry if I got off camera. I get kind of distracted and have to look over it. I'll try to do better. But I do need this. I want this here too, so it's easy to see. All right, now my next one, let's go ahead. I'm going to start with that same starter piece for the blue and get that put down in the corner. Or, yeah. Get it started down there in the corner. Christina definitely wants me to get out. I will have to go up and get that. But you know, I don't know if I feel comfortable leaving it on all the time. So it always takes a little bit to get started. I'll have to be sure to come down here with enough time that I can get it started so the wax or whatever that is on the inside is moving. But yeah, my daughter had it in her room for a long time, and then she didn't want it anymore. So it's been sitting on the dresser in my bedroom for years and has not been turned on. At the end of today's live, I will be giving away at least one of the cards. Ooh, which reminds me, I need to go make sure I turned on the claim form. Janie has a question. Thank you for putting that capital question in front of that, Janie. It was super easy for me to see. She wants to know, where did the sentiments come from? I'm sure you said, but I missed it. I did say, Janie, it is actually a file I created. I created a background file and then some groovy sentiments or retro sentiments to go with it. And if you become a channel member, starting as low as just $1.99 a month, you will have access to not only the Sheetload archive where you can download all past issues super quickly and easily, but also the current and past bonus SVGs or printables that I have shared. So Nightbot shares a link every once in a while to find out more about membership. Otherwise, you can always create your own. If you have some, I use Creative Fabrica now when I need like fonts that, if I don't have one on my computer already, I'll go and use my Creative Fabrica account and find one that works. Bye, Christina. Thanks for being here. And so blue, we would go to green for this one. That's where it gets confusing, is where I have to like go backwards from here because I keep wanting to go back up to the top. Chris said that my logo is over the top base up here. You're right. It kind of looks like a card, doesn't it? So I would suggest when you do this on your own, I might go ahead at the beginning and and pick out, what did I do here? Did I put I put glue on the wrong side of this, you guys. Okay, so for now, I'm just going to have to set that to the side. Later, I will go in and just cut a single green one, but I can't finish that. Maybe I should not be crafting and talking at the same time. All right, let's try this. Let's try another one. But now with the way the file is, it is going to be super simple for me to just delete everything but that piece I need and just cut one from a scrap of the dill pickle later. So I will definitely finish that card up. And now maybe, when I do a little happy accident, the good thing is it helps me for the next time pay attention to what I am doing. Who here in the chat makes happy accidents when you craft? Let me know. Do you usually try to make it work, or do you you're like, give up, I'm done? I've done both, but I do want to have all 4 of these cards, so I will go in later and fix that. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness, you guys. Whew, I'm glad you're still here. I accidentally just closed 3 tabs all at once, and one of them was was my StreamYard studio, but it looks like I'm still live. Let me know if you still hear me over there. I will keep going. That was crazy. That scared me. All right. I think we're good though. And okay, I see that I'm not the only one who has happy little accidents. Okay, good. Helga can hear me good. Oh, that scared me. I don't even know how I closed 3 tabs at one time. I thought I was just switching between them. Let me see. Yeah, okay. We're still good. Janie said a mistake is a place for an embellishment. Yes, I usually try to do that too. Kim says it depends on her mood if she's going to make it work. And hashtag it's always Alyssa closes tabs all the time. That, I try not to let my cats up here when I'm doing a live, because that would be even more of a chance that, yeah, I would be going in and out. But I had some pretty good hope that it would start back up, because I know if I would lose internet temporarily, that the stream should keep going, and when it comes back, I can rejoin. So luckily that worked. Oh, darn it, Cordelia. Hope you can get some food. I know around here we had those hurricane force winds earlier this year, and poor Danny was without power for days. But yeah, restaurants too and other places. Okay. I am not going to put glue on the wrong side. I am not going to put glue on the wrong side. This was the piece where it happened last time. Pam's going to have some Lucky Charms, so she'll be sharing. That's nice. I believe your first name's Pam. Let me know, because I think I've seen you on other lives, and they have said Pam. Let me know if I totally butchered that. PJB Stamper. Okay, so Cordelia's got some frozen food. Good. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but when there is a chance of a storm here, all the grocery stores run out of bread and milk. Okay, good. Got it right. Yay. Yeah, if they tell us there's even a chance, oh, we might get an inch of snow. Well, okay, it's usually not an inch, because we can take more than that, but you got to run out and get your bread and milk before it's gone. Janie, they have different priorities. Ice and beer, nice. I am not a fan of beer. I have never liked the taste of it. I need a fruity drink that doesn't taste like it has alcohol in it. But I haven't had any of that in a long time. Yes, Cheryl, toilet paper, especially now after the pandemic. Toilet paper, I think a lot of people go ahead and get some extra when they can. Oh, with all the food talk, we're making Kim hungry. Ooh, hash brown crust breakfast pizza. I've never heard of that. All right, after the green. Yeah, next time I would definitely prepare all these pieces ahead of time on the card they go with. But live and learn. Now I'll know for when I try it with a different color combo, which I still need to show you guys the ones that I did with pattern paper, because those turned out pretty fun too. Cheryl is ready. Oh, sorry, if she does not run out of toilet paper, because she is used to using catalogs in the outhouse, or has before. Yeah, my mom used to always tell me about that too. Danny says a lot of people should still have toilet paper. Yes, you're right. I always do get a little nervous though, like when if I get to Sam's Club, that's where we buy ours. If it's low, I'm like, oh my gosh, we better buy some, because it might not be here the next time. Because I don't know about you guys, but that is something I definitely do not want to be without. That's true. I guess if you have used catalogs in an outhouse, it might be hard to find. Even like newspapers, like if you wanted to do that, but it's rare to have a newspaper too. Or maybe that's just in my house. Does anybody here still subscribe to the physical newspaper? Now that news is so easy to, get on the internet. Janie says Kentucky folks use corn cobs. My dad told us the same thing. We didn't always believe him though, but maybe we should have. And that was in Iowa, not even Kentucky. Guys, we're getting there. We're getting there. This is that same piece I messed up, so I'm going to make sure I put glue on the right side. With the silhouette, it kind of cuts differently than a die does. On a die, you kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but it always kind of has like that turned over edge where you can tell what's the top. But with the silhouette, it's almost like it's opposite. Like the right edge, it's actually raised a little bit on the edges. Welcome. Hello, Barbara. All right, and then pink. Right. If you're joining us late and you are a channel member, make sure to check out the membership tab if you would like to get access to the cut files I've used today. Guys, we did it. Now I am going to go ahead and I have 2 more pieces left here on my mat. So I'm going to just put these with my 1 oops and set that to the side. I always, especially now after we got cats, I always replace the plastic as soon as I can, because this thing collects dust. And now I am going to use these are My Favorite Things Dynamics, the A2 stitched rectangle stacks. I have set 1 and set 2, and I'm going to use set, I think, yeah, this is set 2 on the back. I'm going to use the largest one now to die cut each of these, because I just want a slight white border on the card front. And we'll go to face. So I have my die cutter over here. If you have any questions, make sure to get those in. I'm just going to kind of, I guess here, I prepare one. So I'm just going to kind of, let's see, not quite center it. But once I have it where I want to cut it at, again, I'm just going to use that removable tape and then send it through my die cutter. Thank you, Cordelia. Hopefully you'll be able to cut some of your own. I'm just carefully removing the removable tape, which, again, lately, I think my die cutter, I don't know if it's getting more pressure, but I do have to be super careful. Or they're making Scotch removable tape less removable. I don't know. This is a newer roll. All right, sorry. A little quiet now, trying to get everything lined up for my die cutter. You know, if I had my magic mat flattened, which I need to do, I keep saying that, I would use that because that seems to always have less pressure. Welcome, Stephanie. We're just I just went through and I tried to make 4 panels, but I messed up on one. We just made these background panels, and here before long we'll get our sentiments put on. And Stephanie, as a channel member, if you have an electronic cutter that cuts SVGs, you can actually download this and make your own cards. I'm going to check out the membership tab. Deborah likes a retro feel of these. Thank you, Deborah. Yeah, once I created that background, I'm like, they do kind of look retro. So I think that's actually what I typed into Creative Fabrica. I think I typed in like retro font, and then it popped me up some options. So I chose one of those. All right, cutting the last one. We would have had 4 before, but you know, it happens. Okay. Groovy. So here we have our 3 cards. And again, the fourth one, I just have to fix that green piece. That'll be quick and easy. So hopefully by the time I take my pictures of these, I'll have that last one done too. Put my die back in here before I lose it. And I just brought in some white card bases I had in my stash. I thought that the colorful panel would look nice with a white border. So we're just going to put those on. Stephanie says, lose a die? Never. That's exactly why I went ahead and just put that back, Stephanie, because, yeah, I've never lost a die, except my very favorite one from the Spellbinders Advent Calendar last year. No, I have lost other dies too, but yeah. And I like to turn this around. Oh, now I told you I tried some with pattern paper. If you want to take a look at those, type pattern paper over in the chat box. Okay. Let me know if you want to see the ones that I made with pattern paper. Hello, Yvette. Welcome. Hey, I'm happy if anybody can sleep in a little bit. And you're here for the end where you can get entered to win a card and see the finished projects. I created these with some SVG files that I'm sharing with channel members. Okay, I see some pattern papers coming in. If you could too, go ahead and press that like button because I have 55 of you in here right now and 39 likes. But maybe only 39 of you are liking the live. In that case, don't worry about hitting that thumbs up. All right. I have a lot of pattern papers. Let me get my final one on here. And then I'll go get my pattern paper example. Oh, those are super fun. Oh man, I meant to put this one on. So this one, the removable tape tore that a little bit. I wanted to flip it around so that was over here. So on this one, I'll just put the sentiment in. I was going to put them in the lower right, but I'll put that one in the lower left. Oh, thank you, Kim, for wanting to give me more than one thumbs up. I appreciate that. All right. Okay. Let me get my other cards ready. I'll set these to the side for now. And, you know, I don't want you to see them too soon. So I only made 2 of these. So I actually have 2 sentiments that I can use on another card. These, though, I did use like a brown. So maybe I'll make 2 more cards kind of using the same pattern papers. But for these pattern papers, I used some from Not Too Shabby. I think it might have been last month's pattern paper club, but I wanted to try it with pattern paper, and I had these out working on actually the brand new sheet load. So I'm like, I'm going to give it a try. Are we ready? Look how fun it is with pattern paper too. This one, I just used 2 different pattern papers and just alternated them. But you could also, if you could find like 4 that go together, or if you did 3 pattern papers and a coordinating cardstock, I think that would look really cool too. And then to decorate the inside, because I did have some pattern paper left over, I put a little strip and then a partial circle on the inside. And so you see here, you know, the opposite patterns. And then here's the inside of that. Kim, it was the sunflower paper that got me too. That's why I had to use that. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much for your kind words. Don't forget, if you want to get access to these files and you're not yet a member, you can find out more about the perks of membership down in the description box. Or Nightbot has actually shared it too. In the chat, Nightbot has shared a link to find out more about membership. All right, should we get our other cards finished? Give me a drum roll if we should finish our 3 groovy cards. And I want to see which one will look best to cover up that little oopsie. I think I like the hello friend over there. So for this, when I put my adhesive on, I am going to try to keep it right behind where the letters are on the front. But even with the Barely Art liquid glue, even if it seeps out, you really won't see it. This stuff does dry nice and matte and clear usually. Where's my block? Let that sit. You know what I need? I need some embellishments that look like disco balls almost. I might have to see what I have in my stash. Does anybody know of any embellishments that look like disco balls? I know that like diamond dots, they kind of have that faceted look to them, but they're kind of little. I do have some silver ones though. Oh, roll, yes. I see, who said, Helga said roller skates. They do kind of remind me of roller skates, like the colors and the, you know, like the wavy pattern. And for this one, we'll put the hello, and then I have the high left for my fourth card that I'll finish later. Oh, Tina! Silver glitter drip drops. Oh my goodness, Tina. I think that is perfect. But I'm trying to think. I think I have silver. I just placed another TE order earlier this week, and I finished off my drip drop collection, but I'm thinking silver is one I already have. Stephanie, that would be awesome, but that would also be a very long travel time. All right, so here we have our 3 groovy cards. Eventually we'll have a 4th. Let me see if I have silver drip drops. You guys, I keep my my little TE embellishment bottles. These are just 4x6 photo cases. Have you ever bought, like at Michael's, they have a case that holds, I don't know, maybe 24 of these? Well, I have a couple of those, but I just use them outside of there. This is why I love crafting along with you guys, because I can't always think on the fly. And then when I ask a question like that, look at the recommendation I get. This is perfect. All right. I'm going to bring out one of my little embellishment trays. And the drip drops have different sizes, but I think I'm going to use all of the largest size on this just so it'll stand out because the background's pretty crazy. So I think these two were connected together. I need to rub off some of that. All right. I definitely want one there. Look at that, you guys. It's all sparkly and silver. I'll put one maybe here. There we go. I need my jewel picker. Christina said she's never heard of the drip drop. So yeah, Tailored Expressions makes these. Let me get out. So these are from Tailored Expressions. And after the live, I will go in and add other products I've used. But they have the glitter drip drops, which they're kind of clear, and then they have color glitter in them. And they also have other things they call drip drops. Like here are just silver ones, so they're like silver half pearls. I have their gold. One of my favorites, what do they call this? Oh, it doesn't. They're kind of like, I don't know what they call them, but you know, they have that kind of aurora borealis or like that. Oh man, I can't think of the word right now. That's not a surprise. And then I also have their clear drip drops. Iridescent, yes. Thank you, Tina. Oh, and I ran out of room storing the drip drops I do have. Look at the other pretty color they have. You know, this is my favorite one in the glitter. Holographic is kind of kind of the same word too. Yeah. Or the same, that would have worked if that would have popped in my head as well. So I'm just going to pick up one of them with my jewel picker. And it fell off. Put a little dot of glue there. And let that get a little tacky. Count to like 5. I have noticed the Barely Art glue just takes a little bit longer to get tacky. Jennifer wants to know, did I use TE colors? If so, which? I did, Jennifer. I got out the inks to help me remember because I didn't want to get out big pieces of cardstock. But for today, for this one, I used Dill Pickle, Blue Raspberry, Plum Punch, and Lollipop. And again, after the live is over, I will update the description box below with the colors I used and the drip drops. Oops. And if you want to go check them out using the links, some of the links down below are affiliate links. If you don't know what those are, it's basically I have like a relationship with the company where I have special links to share, and lots of other creators do this too. So if you're ever watching someone and they have links to use, always try to use them if you can, because what happens is you still get whatever you were going to go shop for. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but then that company gives us a small portion of that sale. Kind of helps us to know what products you like to see us using, that you're watching and enjoying our videos. And it's just I guess it's not free because you're buying stuff, but if it's stuff you're going to buy anyway, it's just a way to support the channels that you love to watch. Tina, I will add this later too. Tina says, where did you get your jewel picker? So I got this on Amazon. It actually came in a pack of 2. Now, the one that I'll link below later, it has blue tips, but I had heard another crafter said, I think she had a black tip on hers, and she said it would transfer color to the whatever she was placing. So she bought like these white ones. So you can buy replacement wax tips, and that's what I did. So later I'll link this down below too. Yeah, I'll link that down below if you want to check it out. Cheryl says, can I do a class on making these sentiments? I have thousands of fonts, but they're too small for cutting on my scan and cut. So Cheryl, the cool thing about those fonts is you can make them, and even on your scan and cut, you can make them whatever size you want. Now, when I make mine, I don't make them in like the Silhouette software or the scan and cut software. I make them in Adobe Illustrator because I have been using that for years. So for me, getting the font ready, and then, you have to like make that outline for the shadow. It is super easy for me in Illustrator, so I do it there. I can kind of play around in Silhouette to see if I can figure it out. But yeah, maybe I could do a quick video if I can get it figured out. Again, in Illustrator, it's super easy, but Illustrator it's like one of those things you have to pay for monthly, and it can get kind of pricey. And I have to use it for, like sheet load of cards and all that stuff. All right, I can't remember if I put glue on all those, but I think I did. So let's go ahead. We'll keep putting these. I'm just trying to find kind of areas where there's a little bit of an opening where I could put a drip drop. And I am trying to like put them in a triangle around the focal point. I moved this one over to the right just because when it was here, it was pretty much right below the one above it. So I just want to move that over, but I'm not sure. Not sure I like that. No, we're going to leave it right there. You definitely, Danny says the wax tips break so easily. You definitely have to be careful with them. That is for sure. I used to like press really hard thinking that was going to help me pick up the gem. But yes, I haven't broken one of these, but my sister was here, was using one, and it did crack pretty easily on her. But I think when I bought the replacements, I had a few, so. But yes, don't press too hard. But the good thing is, if they do break, you can always get replacements, as long as it's the ones like these just screw into the top. Cheryl, I see that you use Photoshop. I don't know, like when I do this kind of art, I have to turn those fonts into vectors, and Photoshop uses pixels. So I don't know if you would be able to create, and anybody who knows more about digital cut files, I just know the SVG. I'm not sure if you could create like an SVG file to open, but give it a try, especially if you already pay for Photoshop. If you're liking today's cards, why don't you throw a groovy over there in the chat box? Oh, that was creepy. Something just fell like in the back. Something just fell in the back utility room, and I don't know that anything is down here with me. Maybe the cats are. All right, getting lots of groovies. Awesome. And where is I like using these triangle trays because then it just goes right back in there. Let me close up my glue before I forget. And then, guys, it is time to give these cards away. Right. So here we go. There are final, actually, you know what? Let's do it this way. So the winner will get to pick which card they would like me to send them. You can also pick from the fourth one, which will say hi. So you can let me know that as well. But I will tell you here in just a minute how we're going to do the giveaway and how you'll claim it, which, wait, hold on. Let me go make sure I have turned on. Let me go make sure I've turned on the prize winner. Ooh, thank goodness I checked. I had not turned on the prize winner claim form. So now I have. So what we're going to do here in just a minute, I'm going to pop a word up on screen, and you're going to type, if you want to win a card. You do not have to do this. If this is not your style or you don't want a card from me, do not feel like you need to enter. But if you do want to win a card from me, you're going to type that word into the chat one time, and then we will do a drawing. But first, I need to get that ready because I had it for the member drawing earlier. So let's do, all right, we'll do that. If you would like to win my card, type in, oh, wrong one. Let's try that. Oh my goodness. Let's try this again. Type in hashtag groovy, hashtag GROOVY. It does need to look like it shows on screen with the hashtag and no spaces. And you will have 2 minutes to get your entry in, and then we'll do a drawing. After you have your hashtag groovy in, be thinking about which card you would want. Thank you, hello, friend, or hi. And I'll have you tell me before we go offline, but I will also tell you how to claim it. Get out a pen. All right, get those hashtag groovies in. Got about another minute. If you're drinking your water, go ahead and take a water break. And once the chat has slowed down, if you have any final questions for me, it's a good time to get those in because we will be saying our goodbyes soon. I bet you're glad that it did not last 2.5 hours like my last live. That was a long one for you guys. Okay, got a little over 30 seconds. Make sure to hit that thumbs up if you haven't yet already. Christina, you got here right in time. You can go back later and watch the replay to see how I made them. Cordelia's lunch is ready, but she's got, oh, why won't it show Cordelia's comment? Oh, her husband said lunch is ready, but she's not ready to go yet. Yes, wait to see if you won, Cordelia. Okay, the 2-minute timer is up, friends. So let's go ahead and find out who our lucky winner is. Remember, you might not see your name on screen, but there are lots of you entered. It just shows a handful. Congratulations to Sandra Johnson. Congratulations, Sandra. And thank you to everybody who was here watching. If you've been here the whole time, put a 10 over in that chat box. Thank you so much for being here. If you were here for the whole, hour and 20 minutes or 20 minutes or 5, I always appreciate it. And Sandra, here's how you're going. Oh, wait, Sandra needs to tell me which one she wants. Sandra, oh my goodness, if I missed it, Sandra. Let me know, Sandra, which one you want. I saw that you said, yay, thank you, but I don't know if that's the card you want or if you're just saying thank you. And thank you, everybody, for congratulating Sandra. So many 10s over there, I see. Thank you. Thank you. Bye, Cordelia. Hope you enjoy lunch. All right, Sandra, if you want to, and Sandra, okay, so down at the bottom of the description box is a link to a Google form, which you'll probably just want to go ahead and fill out. So it's done because you have like 24 hours before I close the form, but you'll fill that out and you can just tell me there which card you want, or I do see that you just said your choice. Just kind of, say groovy card, your choice, and I will send that out. Any final questions? All right, guys. Oh, so many more 10s rolling in. Thank you. Thank you. I think that is it. We'll take one final shot of the cards we created. And remember, there will be a 4th because I had an oopsie. But here we'll kind of look close up. Kind of my faux disco balls there. Don't forget, if you're a channel member, to go check out the membership tab now to download the SVG files. And you can use it with pattern paper or with cardstock like I have. That is totally up to you. But thank you guys so much for being here today. I always appreciate it. And I always say, until next time, I hope you're all having a crafty day. Bye-bye, guys.